பண்ணுங்க, கீழ உள்ள பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. வர வீடியோஸை சந்தோஷமா பாருங்க.
Public, keep it under wraps. So, what is the deal about the transparency and those things?
It's under wraps for the moment. You know, the process is not completed.
Sir, do you have any interesting incident with Vishwanath Anand, Grandmaster of India?
Well, I've known Vishy for many years, since the 1980s, and I consider him to be a friend, and we get on pretty well. We've played a number of games together over the years, and I find it ironic that finally, when I arrive in his city, that he's in London. So it would have been nice to see him here, but what to do?
Are you plan to meet Mr. Vishwanath Anand in this visit?
You're not listening to what I said. I've just answered that. You've got to listen to my answers.
So Anand, a few days ago, he said he's becoming his own enemy. So what do you think, how long will he be able to continue at highest level?
Sorry, he's becoming what, sorry?
His own enemy.
Look, you know, chess is a young person's game. People reach their peak like they do in other sports in their 20s or maybe 30s, not later. Vishy is now touching 50 in a few days. So you simply cannot expect the guy to go on indefinitely. You know, even Mahendra Singh Dhoni loses his touch a little bit after some time. So you know, the greatest of the greats, they just cannot be expected day in, day out to keep on producing things. So Vishy actually does remarkably well. He's still in the top 10 players in the world, which to have such a relatively small decline shows what dedication and perseverance he has working on his game to stay at a very high level.
You have been sort of critical of it. KCR in your interview recently, 2 days back also, you were critical. Do you think All India Chess Federation is anti-player?
I think there are people within the Indian Chess Federation who are anti-player. Yes, I do. If you ask me personally, yes. And I think there are people who don't even like chess who are in the AICF.
Yeah, what steps is FIDE contemplating regarding ACF not implementing the Competition Commission of India regarding the anti-player? They got it into the constitution. Are you contemplating any steps? What has the Vice President what has?
Well, look, FIDE, according to our statutes, we have to observe strict neutrality, but that doesn't mean we're not concerned about things. This is not when the FIDE president, Arkady Dvorkovich, said the players should have their ratings reinstated. This is, I think, an entirely logical step to make. This is not an outside decision. The Competition Commission of India ruled against the AICF. So this is an internal legal thing. So reinstating the players is simply following the law according to India. And it's something we support. We support chess players. Actually, this is one very big difference between the current administration and the previous one, that we have many more chess players who are pro-chess on the board and do not like to see people discriminated against. When you have people who have been had their livelihoods taken away from them for a decade, we think that's wrong. And obviously, the Competition Commission of India has decided it is wrong. And still, this matter is not resolved. At this stage, that they're saying, okay, finally, okay, you can rejoin the AICF, but you must apologise. Apologise for the AICF abusing its dominant position. I don't get it. It's like you imprison somebody for 10 years, and then at some point it's decided that they've been falsely imprisoned, and they say, well, you can go out now, but you must apologise. Yeah, and you're saying, apologise for what? It's your fault, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Nigel, you have a body like World Chess, which until recently used to hold the rights for the World Championship doing an IPO. Do you think there's a worry of misrepresentation here, because a body that's named World Chess does sound like it's running World Chess?
It's these were mistakes made by the previous administration. It's absolutely absurd to allow a private company, to be called World Chess. We should have taken all of these names because we are the governing body. And yes, we have seen in articles in the press that people have been confused by this. So I was fighting against World Chess, which was previously called Aegon, for years. What we know about Aegon is that a number of people from the previous administration, they appeared on this secret contract with their own private interests. Kirzan Ilyumzhinov, the previous president of FIDE, appeared in the secret memorandum owning 51% of the shares. He's never denied that the signature is his. He has denied that this secret memorandum has ever been in operation. So you can make your own mind up whether that is believable or not. So these are very, very severe mistakes that have been made by the previous administration. We are trying to rectify this. World Chess's involvement, they've had these contractual rights. Those have been scaled back significantly. You can probably understand that when you have contracts, it's not always easy to untangle. But I think we've done a very good job in minimising the influence of World Chess, which is a private company. I don't speak for FIDE here, I'm speaking for myself. I would not touch this company with a barge pole. And I have been, and its predecessor, Aegon, I have been publishing articles. I've been almost a lone voice, actually, criticising that. I was the one who I gave this story, showed the contract actually to the Sunday Times, who first broke the story a number of years ago about Aegon and the secret memorandum. So, I've been going on and on about these things. And now in the administration, and I'm glad to say we have made steps. Is it 100% the solution that I would like? No, but it's much better. And that's what I like to see, that we're making progress, that we are.